Namaste and good evening, friends. I am Akool, astrological author, analyst, researcher, philosopher, and teacher. The name of my YouTube channel is Akool Saral Jyotish Astrology Simplified. You are welcome to the channel. Today we are diving into the most important chart for marriage, the Navamsha or D9 chart. If you want to know the real destiny of your married life, this video is for you. So let us decode your marriage house by house of the Navamsha, means starting from what is the significations of the first house, then second house until 12th house of the Navamsha. And trust me, the D9 never lies. I shall discuss the 12 houses of the Navamsha, starting from the first house until the 12th house. What are the significations? What are the individual significations of each houses, so that you can know the significations of each houses of the Navamsha. Ever wondered what your marriage destiny looks like? Not just love, compatibility, or wedding dates, but the real script of your married life. It is your Navamsha, D9. Today, let us decode your Navamsha chart, the D9 chart, house by house, from first house to 12th house. And you must know what is there in the first house, what first house signifies, what second house signifies, what third house signifies, what fourth house of the Navamsha signifies, what fifth house of the Navamsha signifies, and so on. It is very interesting. This Navamsha chart reveals more about your married life than anything else, because it is the specific chart, specific divisional chart for marriage. Know your marriage chart D9 house by house, from first house until the 12th house. In Vedic Astrology, the D9 chart, also called the Navamsha, is specifically used to understand marriage and married life. It is actually connected to the 9th house of your birth chart, which is the house of luck. That is why our elders say what they say: marriage is all about destiny. If your D9 is strong, then even after struggles, your married life becomes smooth. If it is weak, problems may keep popping up. First house of D9. Now please listen me carefully. The first house of D9, your marriage personality. It is all about your marriage personality. The first house of your D9. This is the Lagna of your D9 chart. Super important. Lagna is always super important. It shows whether you are destined for a good marriage and how your overall married life will shape up. Strong first house is equal to strong marriage foundation. First house is always the foundation. So the first house needs to be strong without any malefic effect. And your first lord, means your Lagna lord of the Navamsha, need to be also strong. Second house of D9, wealth and your spouse's longevity. What's your second house of D9 signifies? It signifies wealth and your spouse longevity. This house tells us about money matters in marriage and how you speak with your partner. Money matters. Whether it will be favorable for you after marriage or unfavorable. Interestingly, it also reflects the longevity of your spouse because it is the eighth house from the spouse point of view. Means from the seventh house, second house is the eighth house. From seventh house of your spouse, second house is the eighth house of longevity, ayu, of your marriage. So it is an important house. Third house. Third house of D9. Spouse's efforts and duties. This shows how difficult and responsible your partner will be in marriage. If there is a malefic planet here, means in the third house, you may have to put extra effort into maintaining harmony. Moreover, third house is the ninth house from the seventh house of your spouse and shows whether your spouse will be dutiful to you or not. Dutiful to you or not means marital kartavya. Marital kartavya. Fourth house of D9, marital happiness. It is also a very important house. This is literally the house of marital bliss. It shows how emotionally happy you will be in marriage. It also shows your spouse's careers and status since it is 10th house from the 7th house. Fourth house is the 10th house of profession of your spouse. Fourth house is the 10th house from the 7th house of your spouse. 10th house, we all know it is about profession and status. So, fourth house shows the status of your spouse. A malefic here can disturb peace at home as well as disturb the status of your spouse. Fifth house of D9. Romance, intelligence and gains. This house shows how smartly you handle your marriage. It also indicates gains or benefits from your spouse and whether your love relationship will actually turn into marriage. Fifth house, you know, all the house of emotion. If it is connected to the seventh house, it may give you love marriage. Sixth house of D9. Sixth house of D9. What it signifies? Conflicts and legal issues. This house shows the fights, misunderstandings, and problems that may arise in marriage. If heavily afflicted, it can even indicate court cases, separation, or divorce. Sixth house. Sixth house is the house of fight, struggle, legal issues, etc. Seventh house of D9, your spouse and marriage qualities. Seventh house. This is the main house of marriage in the D9. Everything about your partner and married life is seen from here. Malefic planets here are usually not good news. Eighth house of D9, longevity of marriage and in-laws. This house shows how stable your marriage will be, the ups and downs, hidden issues, and also about your in-laws, how they would be to you. How will they be disposed towards you and your family? Because 8th house is the second house of family of your from the 7th house. 8th house is the second house from the 7th house of your spouse. So 8th house shows your spouse family. So spouse family is what? Your in-laws. If it is afflicted, then your in-laws would be bad, not good enough towards you, not well disposed towards you and your family. 9th house of D9, duties towards marriage, means marital kartagya. This house talks about your Vivaha Dharma. Vivaha Dharma, the responsibilities and duties you need to uphold in marriage. It shows how seriously you value the bond. If your 9th house is afflicted, you will not be kartagya parayan, dutiful to your spouse and to your, there are duties for every aspects of life for married life. You will not be duty bound towards your married life if it is afflicted, otherwise not. 10th house of D9, actions within marriage. This one is all about what you actually do in marriage. Your actions, decisions and behavior. Good actions is equal to smooth married life. Bad actions is equal to bitterness. Malefics here can create unnecessary issues because they will compel you to do something. Your action would be as such, this will disturb your marital life. If there is malefic in the 10th house of your D9, because 10th house is the house of action, 9th house is the house of kartagya, duty. Please try to understand this hairline difference between kartagya and karma. Kartagya and karma. Kartagya and karma. Kartagya means your obligation. Karma means your action. 9th house denotes your kartagya, your duty. And 10th house, what duty? In case of D9, it will be marital duty. And in case of 10th house, what will be the duty? Actions, it will be your actions to perform your marital duty. So 10th house comes after 9th house. 9th house is the preceding house to the 10th house. First you will be doing your kartagya, means duty, then 10th house will be the action. 11th house of D9, desires and expansions, expectations. 11th house of D9, desires and expectations. This house shows the desires you or your spouse have in married life. If a malefic sits here, particularly like Rahu, the spouse may become overly demanding or materialistic. You are not able to fulfill the demand of your spouse. You will find it difficult to fulfill the demand of your spouse if malefics, particularly like Rahu, is in the 11th house of your D9 Navamsha chart. 12th house of D9, intimacy and emotional closeness. This house rules bed, BD, pleasure and deep emotional connection. A malefic planet here can disturb intimacy and may even indicate separation or divorce in extreme cases. So all those who are about the different houses of the Navamsha, means D9. You must know if you want to understand Navamsha. You must know. If you don't know what are the significations of each houses of the Navamsha, you would not able to make prediction. So it is obligatory for all the students of astrology, including those who love astrology, those who love astrology, to understand each and every house of the Navamsha properly. If you found this breakdown means I have broken down every houses of the Navamsha. If you found this breakdown helpful, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Drop your zodiac and nakshatra in the comments. I might pick yours for the next video. Until then, stay blessed and may your marriage chart always shine bright. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.